Welcome again, Maxim here, and in this video I will talk about statuses and critical damage. You will learn how to manage them and how they work on specific stats. Let's start with the statuses. They are a special instance of one of the damage types which are present in a given weapon. If you attacked an enemy with a weapon that has impact, puncture, slash and electric damage in it, each of them, when a status occurs, has a chance to trigger a specific status effect on attacked unit. How high is this chance? It mainly depends on two things. First is the status chance itself. This is one of the basic stats of any weapon. It can be increased with appropriate mods. You can also increase the status duration. Overall, there are over 100 mods that somehow affect status. You can check them in your mod station, in the upgrade screen, or in the codex. But back to the topic. If the weapon has a 20% status chance, each shot or hit has a 20% chance that one of the weapon's damage types will apply a status on the enemy. Which one exactly depends on their quantity. Let's go back to our example weapon. Let's say that weapon has 10 impact, 5 puncture, 15 slash and 20 electric damage. In this situation, if performed attack make a status, there is a 20% chance that it will be from impact, 10% from puncture, 30% from slash, and 40% from electricity. This is defined by the ratio of the amount of damage of a given type, compared to the sum of all damage present on the weapon. And if you want to know how high the chance of a given status is with each shot or attack, when the status chance is also included in calculations, this is how it looks like. Impact has 4% chance with each performed attack, puncture 2%, slash 6%, and electricity 8%. However, it's important to note that you can increase a given type of damage in order to increase its chance of appearing as a status. You can also increase the overall status chance. Plus, on primary and secondary weapons, there is a multishot. To describe it, I will use an example. Rifle mod, split chamber. Thanks to it, each shot fired has a 90% chance to generate 2 bullets instead of 1. Ammo consumption is the same in both cases, 1 bullet. But bullet from Multishot has its own separate status and critical chance. And you can also increase fire rate or attack speed. By doing that, you will also increase the occurrence of statuses or crits. When it comes to shotguns, they have one unique mechanic. They don't shoot bullets. Most of them have pellets as projectiles, whose quantity is predetermined, but you can increase it by multishot. As for the status on them, it used to work that the status chance value from the gun was divided among all the pellets. Now, however, shotguns are more consistent with the multishot logic. So on shotgun, with a 20% status chance, each pellet has a 20% chance to trigger a status effect. Let's go back for a moment to the percentage chances and our exemplary weapon. It may happen that you will fight an enemy that is immune to a certain type of status, let's say electricity. Then this status has no chance to proc on this opponent. On this mob, the remaining statuses from the weapon will be applied, with such proportions of chances as if weapon you are using had no electric damage at all. And now you see all chances of statuses in that kind of situation. But there's also the possibility of having over 100% status chance on a given weapon. And then what? Fortunately, it is not complicated. 100% chance guarantees you one status. In addition, the same shot or attack has a chance to generate another one. It can be different, but it can also be the previous one. It is picked according to the same rules as before. If you want to know how the individual status work, check out the video linked in the upper right corner, in which I already described it. Link is also in the description. Since I've released that video, there have been some changes in the mechanics of individual statuses. However, in the chapters of the video, it is marked which status effects have changed. And in the pinned comment, you will find a detailed description of how they work now. There is, however, one more important aspect of statuses: damage over time, so-called DOT. One of them is bleed. You can see it on mobs for a few seconds after slash applies its status on them. Which status is able to deal damage over time is described in the video I just mentioned. Here I want to show you methods to increase that damage. You can do that with base damage bonus, both from mods like Serration and from Warframe skills like Rhino's Roar. Except that critical damage will increase it, Sniper combo bonus, melee combo, stealth kill multiplier, headshot multiplier, and the faction mod. The latter one is included twice in the damage calculations. Okay, now let's move on to critical damage. It's based on two statistics, chance and multiplier. Chance, like the status, determines the percentage probability that a given shot or attack will be a critical one. The second statistic determines their size. Multiplier is taken into calculations for the final damage value. Both the chance and multiplier can be increased by mods, arcanes, skills, or some other unique features. But let's focus on the multiplier first. Critical chance can reach values above 100%. Then by default, you will attack with first level crits, yellow damage values, with a chance for crits level 2. These are orange. If you reach level 3, they are red, like every next level above it. Levels increase your critical damage by the following formula. Crit level multiplier is equal to 1 plus crit level times modded crit multiplier minus 1. You can see the modded multiplier value in the arsenal on the upgrade screen. Now let's take a weapon with a times 4 multiplier as an example. This is how damage multipliers from the given crit levels will look like. Yellow crits will have a times 4 multiplier, like in the arsenal. The second level will have a times 7 multiplier, third level times 10, fourth level times 13, etc. Speaking of multipliers, the headshot multiplier is also important. Headshot damage is multiplied by a fixed time free modifier. However, if it is a critical damage, there's one extra multiplier, times 2 in the calculation. This makes headshots even more profitable. Now let's move on to the mods. In addition to those that simply increase the critical damage or chance, there are also those that do it under certain conditions, such as after killing a mob or performing a headshot. There are also mods for melee weapons that increase critical or status chance depending on the combo multiplier. They start working when the combo multiplier reaches times 2. Then an additional 40% chance is added to the weapon stats. With a times 3 multiplier, it is extra 80%, times 4 120%, etc. If you want to keep the multiplier active for a longer time, you can use special mods that increase combo duration. Or use Naramon operator school, which causes the multiplier to slowly decrease instead of disappearing completely. There are also mod sets that, when used together in the build, give an increasing passive bonus in addition to their basic effect. This is how gladiator mods work, which, like Blood Rush, increase the critical chance based on the value of the melee combo counter. There are also vigilant mods that have a chance to increase the tier of the critical damage by 1. And there are also Warframe skills that can increase critical damage, or chances for them. Volt, for example. Shooting through his shield grants you an additional 50% electric damage, but also adds 200% more critical damage. While firing through more than one shield gives you more electric damage, Volt can do up to 6 shields, the critical damage bonus can only be applied to a projectile once. There are also other Warframes that increase critical chance or damage, such as Gyre or Harrow, and many other characters that can affect crits with the help of arguments. However, there's so much of it that I should talk about them in another occasion, for example, in the videos dedicated to individual Warframes. And that's all in this video. If you have any questions, please type them in the comment section or visit one of my streams on Twitch. Link is in the description. See you next time. Bye.